Good evening, this is BelGeode and we are back with some more X-Plane 11. Alright, so we are in the Velocity V-Twin by Aerobask, and we are here in Jamaica at Mike Kilo Tango Papa, otherwise known as Tinson Penn Airport. And I am in the Oculus Rift, and I'm using FlyInside version 1.83 with X-Plane 11.05. The objective of this video is basically to show off how FlyInside works with X-Plane 11. Alright, so our flight plan today, we're going to be going north, so we'll probably end up at Boscobel. We might make a stop at Ken Jones, depending on how long the video gets. And I'll be honest with you, I don't know much about this aircraft. I barely read the manual, so I'm basically just going to try and figure things out. Yeah, we know how well that goes. Alright, well, first things first, we're going to need to get some power on, so let's hit the master switch there. We'll get the avionics master on. Alright, so the Garmin's are all powering up, the Dynon Skyview is powering up. Okay. And I believe I need to hit this button that says continue, as well as this button. Alright, let's see what we got here. Flight plan. Activate leg. I did a test flight, so that's why it's a little bit forward. Okay, there we go. So we're here at Tinson Penn. We're going to be going to MKKJ, or Ken Jones, and then Boscobel is off that direction. Alright, now let's see if I know how to start this thing. Alright, fuel pump, I know I'm going to need you on, but before that, let's get the beacon light on, as well as our nav lights. Alternators can stay off for now. Fuel pump will turn you on. Ignition and mags for the left engine. And let's see if we can start that left engine. Clear prop. Okay. Yep, got a good start on engine number 1. Almost forgot to turn the mixture on, but I was able to get it in time. Alright, and let's get mag and ignition for engine number 2. Clear prop. Okay, engine 2 is up. Yep, I see the prop turning. And check out the interior of this thing. This is classy. I don't care who you are. This is really classy. I love this. Wow. Alright, let's close the door because it's a little loud out there. Now, the one weird thing about this thing is just how low it actually is. Like, you see my position in the seat, which is pretty much where my real life position is. But look at the headroom. There's hardly any headroom. If I go any higher, I'm gonna hit the ceiling. That's pretty wild. That is pretty wild. Okay. I do want to get our weather, so let me swap that over.
Norman Manley Int'l Information Echo. 1200 Zulu weather. Wind 140 at 7, visibility more than 10. Sky conditions 9000 few, 35500 scattered, temperature 24, dew point -4. Altimeter 2985. Arriving runway 12,
okay.
Departing runway 12. Advise on initial contact, you have echo.
Alright, not a problem. Okay, so 2985 is our altimeter, and I have that already set, so we're good to go there. And let's see, landing lights, strobe lights, pitot heat. Oh, alternators, we need to turn those on now that the engines are running. And that's our master autopilot switch. We'll leave that off for now. Panel lighting is currently on. I don't really think you can see it during the daytime though. But let's do a control surfaces check. So ailerons, left aileron, right aileron. Okay, elevators. And the elevators are actually on the canards, so they're at the front of the aircraft. And then rudder, well, I can't see our tail, but I can see our rudder pedals. We'll just verify that that's moving. Alright, good to go. Okay, what do we have on this second one here? We have autopilot controls, we have terrain. Oh wow, maybe I should put the terrain on the big one here. And let's see, can I put our flight plan on this second one? So hard to see. Alright, there's our terrain map. Okay. Alright, so we'll leave that on that for now. I'm not sure I want to try the autopilot just yet. Alright, what does this do? That's waypoint information, and this, that's direct to, looks like. Okay. Well, you know what? I'm fine with everything as it is, so we'll just put this to autopilot, even though we won't use the autopilot just yet. Alright, so I believe the weather said that at Norman Manley they're using runway 12, which means here at Tinson Pen, on the opposite side of the bay, we're going to be using runway 14, which is that way, or taking off in that direction. So that means we need to taxi all the way back that way. Alright, I think I can handle this, so we'll put our mouse cursor out of the way because it does get annoying in FlyInside for XP. And I don't think I will need it. There are no flaps on this thing, so we will not need to use flaps. Alright, parking brake off. And looks like we're rolling. Normally we would follow the yellow lines, but I'm going to forego all of that this morning, and we're going to just head this way. Now, the first thing that I've noticed with FlyInside, current settings for X-Plane, in order to get it smooth, I have to sacrifice what I'm seeing in the VR headset. So everything is slightly blurry. I don't believe there's a way to override that and have like the Oculus Tray tool or the standard Oculus Rift diagnostic tools take over. So unfortunately, I'm stuck in a situation where everything is in fact a little blurry. I could put my glasses on, really don't feel like doing that. But it's good enough for me to be able to see. Just be prepared for me to do a lot of this. Alright, speaking of which, our altitude is set to 7,000. Okay. Alright, let's take a quick look outside at this thing taxiing. I think the runway is still set to wet based on the last flight that I did. I forgot to change that. So I might do that real quick when we go hold short here. This is, of course, an experimental aircraft, so I don't expect the flight model to be perfect. I do, however, expect it to be able to fly. Alright, right here is good. Parking brake on. Alright, so let's get the rest of the lights on. Landing light, strobe light. Pitot heat, we'll go ahead and turn you on as well. Might need you. Okay, and I think that's everything on the overhead that we need. Have that set to traffic. We have our flight path set. And looks like we've even got TCAS on this thing here. There's a couple planes flying around. Okay, not a problem. Looks like they are not coming here to land, so we're good to go. So let's go ahead and get the parking brakes off. Get into position and take off. We are good to go. Just making a quick check, make sure I haven't forgotten anything. Okay, I think everything's looking good. Doors are locked. Alright, let's do this. Brakes down, throttles up. Brakes off, let's roll. Now you would think without flaps it might be difficult to take off, especially on shorter runways, but we're already at rotate speed, so all I need to do is just pull her up. And we've got positive rate, so gear up. And that is all we need to get into a clean configuration. There's the city of Kingston. And off to that side, we've got Norman Manley International Airport. Beautiful morning here in Jamaica. Now, I did improve my ortho for XP, so I'm currently running zoom level 18 for all of Jamaica. However, the downside to that is since I'm using Bing as my source, Bing tends to have clouds in there. So what you're seeing in that direction, that's not snow or sand. That's actually clouds on my ortho photos. I really don't know how to fix that as of yet, but if I find a way to do that, I most certainly will. Alright, we are over 1400 right now. Now I'm going to swing out to the right, and then we'll get on our flight plan. So you can see Norman Manley International Airport there. We'll try to avoid getting in the way of any traffic. We should be able to see Tints and Pen pretty soon. There's the harbor, and there's Tints and Pen. Alright, so we'll keep swinging around here. There's Hellshire Hill up ahead. And there you can see Norman Manley International again. Some kind of boat out there. Probably an oil tanker. There's a lot of oil tankers that come here. Okay, now I'm keeping an eye on our map here. We're going to need to get over the Blue Mountains, so more than likely I'm going to need to take us up to about 7,000 feet, thereabouts. I'm probably going to hand fly us the whole way. I'm not confident enough to use the autopilot just yet. but I do know how to follow a magenta line, so that should work. And there's downtown Kingston again. Spanish Town off in that direction. Were it not for the clouds, I would say this level of orthophoto is just perfect. Alright, looks like we're about to line up. There we go. I don't know if this thing has trim on it. I'm going to assume it probably does, so let me attempt to trim us up here. I'm also going to pull our power back a bit. Alright, what's our altitude? Just over 6,000. You can see the mountains up ahead. So we're probably going to want to get up a little bit more. Make sure that we clear those things. There we go. Now we're cooking with gas. Okay, I am kind of curious to try out the autopilot. Let's see if I can do this without killing us here. So, autopilot. Alright, flight director, autopilot. And let's go with altitude hold. And heading hold. Okay, clearly that did not work. Okay, it says we've got roll hold on. Doesn't really look like we do though. Alright, we've got nav hold on, it says. But if I let go of the stick, all of a sudden we're going back down. Of course we are at 7,500 and I did set it for 7,000. But we should not be swinging to the left. Yeah, that's not right. I don't know if the autopilot is just not functioning properly for me, or if I missed a step. Whatever the case, it does not seem to be doing what I would like it to do. Okay, my autopilot is now disconnected. Why? I don't know, but we're going to control it manually. We might as well. I seem to be able to fly this thing better manually anyway. Oh, look at that. That just looks awesome. That is what Jamaica is supposed to look like. That's pretty freaking cool. Blue Mountains off to our right. Alright, let me pitch us down a bit here. Okay, does look like my pitch controls are working a little. Yeah, you can see we're straightening up now. We're still at 8,500 though. Alright, we're not high enough to need oxygen as of yet, but this thing does model hypoxia, just so you're aware. So if we did run into a situation where we went a little bit too high for our own good, it will kill us. Alright, now that we are past the Blue Mountains, we should start coming back down. So I'm going to pull back on our throttle here and just let the nose fall through the horizon. You should be able to see the airport directly ahead. If not, I do have the capability of zooming in. There we go. That's the airport. Looks like I need to keep the mouse cursor on the screen in order to zoom. That's interesting. Alright, throttle to idle. I'm thinking we might try a touch and go at Ken Jones. So let's see if we can get this sucker down. I'm going to turn that flight director off though. There's no point having that on if we're not using the autopilot. Alright, so we got hills to the left, and mountains to the right, and here I am, stuck in the middle with Bel. I'm thinking I might be able to come down between that valley there. I'm also thinking we might have to go out to sea and then turn around and come in and land. But since this is going to be a touch and go, it should be pretty quick. I don't think I can do aerobatics in this thing. In fact, it's probably prohibited. What's our roll rate? Oh, hell. Yeah, there's no way I'm going to be able to do aerobatics in this thing. The roll rate is just way too slow. You can see the coastline there, the north shore of Jamaica. Looking very good. I did also get a couple of sceneries for Cuba, FREEWARE sceneries. I'll probably bring those in the mix on another video. I'm kind of curious to do like a long haul. Not too long, but from Jamaica to Cuba. Should be sufficient. Okay, so there's the aerodrome that we're coming into. That's Ken Jones Aerodrome. I'm going to trim us up here. Alright, what's our altitude? 3,000. Okay, so this is definitely going to need to be an extended approach. Oh, Betty's bitching. Okay, we'll drop the gear. Confirm that the gear is out in a second. Okay, I've got 2 green lights. What does it say outside? Okay, gear's definitely out, and we're coming down to about 1500. I'm going to bring it down to about 1000. We'll swing around to the left and start our approach. Dang, that beautiful coastline. Wow. Okay, here we go. We'll swing around real quick. I do like the way this thing flies. It's rather smooth. Okay, airport is back that way. Alright, now is where we need to watch for terrain. I think that hill might cause us some problems on our way in. I'm going to speed up a little bit. Okay, we are ready for our touch and go. I gotta admit, this is a rare treat having terrain radar in here. Well, technically terrain, traffic, and weather radars. That's pretty cool. My first time actually having an aircraft that has all 3. Alright, we're gonna need to swing out to the left here before we hit this hill. Doing a nice gentle turn here, as I'm sure you can see on the PFD. Drop a little bit of airspeed, drop a little bit of altitude. Yeah, we are getting kind of close to those hills. Alright, let's start our lineup. Okay, not looking too bad here. There's the beach. Alright, we're just over 200 feet. Just over 100 feet. We'll start shallowing out. A little bit of flare. Alright, we're down. Let's straighten out and take off. Nice. That was a nifty little touch and go. Gear coming up. Alright, gear is up. So that was pretty cool. I kind of like that. Alright, so our next stop is Boscobel. Alright, we'll swing around to the left here. There it is, Ken Jones Airport. Wow, looking nice, looking nice. Alright, let's see if we can start lining up with our course path, and we'll get up to about 3,000. There's really no need for us to go back up to 7,000 or 8,000 feet. Most of this leg is going to be over water anyways, so... Okay, there we go. We'll start bringing her down. Ah, the beautiful blue mountains. Looks nice. Alright, according to this, I have a way of changing my heading, so maybe I could do a heading hold. Yeah, I'm about to try the autopilot again. Alright. Heading hold. I don't think it's doing a dang thing. Oh, our main autopilot switches off. That would do it. That would do it. Okay, let's try this again. Nav hold. And I think we need to change our altitude. Okay, so apparently the reason why my autopilot was not working was because the master switch was on. Funny how that works. Alright, so all of a sudden the autopilot's great. I love this autopilot. Woohoo! Let's hear it for autopilot. Alright, let me play around with this GTN here. Okay, so we tried terrain. Weather telling us it's sunny, very nice. Map. Ooh, that is also very nice. Traffic. Okay, we've got a nice little traffic radar there. That is good stuff, let me tell you. That is really good stuff. Okay, we can see Boscobel off in the distance there. And it does look like there is an aircraft flying around close to there, which we can also see on the moving map here. Alright, what do I want to keep this on? Yeah, we'll keep it on that. I like that. Okay, now, instead of using the knob, the other way that I can set the altitude is by simply clicking on the altitude and punching in what we want. So in this case, we're going to punch in 2000. Entered. And let's go VS. We can set our vertical speed down. We'll go 1,000 feet per minute. And I'll pull our throttle back a bit. Wow, it is amazing how well this thing works when you actually turn the switch on. That's amazing. Yeah, wouldn't be me if I didn't forget something critical in the middle of the flight. At least I've got Betty here to remind us that the gear needs to come up or go down, as the case may be. Oh, and in case you haven't figured out, this nifty little purple and white decor that you're seeing is one of the very first things that I did when I got this aircraft. Naturally, I have to have some purple in here somewhere. But I don't know if you noticed the people that are in this aircraft. Now, this is one of the few aircraft that I've seen that actually comes with multiple cultures or multiple races, if you will. So naturally, I had to capitalize on that. I want you to take a close look at the pilot and the co-pilot of this aircraft as we go to the outside view. Did you notice that the pilot was dark-skinned and that the co-pilot had red hair? Yep, that's right. I just made Bel and Ally for this aircraft. Of course, since this is just like a first look, then I won't incorporate Ally into this episode, but the next time that I fly this thing on our regular non-VR episode, yeah, Ally will be with me. And it'll be fun, as it always is with Ally. Okay, we're closing in on 2,000. We're at 2880. And how far are we from Boscobel? 9.3. Okay, not a problem. Now, since we're gonna have to land to the east like we did at Ken Jones, what I'm going to do is I will actually turn off the autopilot when we get a little bit closer, and then we'll go out to sea, turn around and come in, because it's a lot easier than trying to negotiate that hill just to the south of Boscobel, or excuse me, Ian Fleming International. I got to remember it's changed names now. But so far I'm loving the smoothness of this. This is really great. I imagine if I probably had a lot of weather, it would not be as smooth, but I'm kind of liking what I'm experiencing right now. This is okay by me. Alright, we're at 2,000. Straightening up here. And it looks like we also have a speed setting here too. Wasn't aware of that, but I can adjust that too if I wanted to. Okay, I'm trying to keep our RPMs down a bit here. Want to make sure it doesn't go into the yellow. Last thing I want to do is bust this engine on the first flight. That would not be pretty. I was wondering what that was that's like real shiny there. Those are power lines. Holy crap. And they look pretty much like the power lines would look in Jamaica. That is nice. Alright, but you can see Boscobel directly up ahead. That'll be our final stop for this adventure. I do have the rest of this leg going back around the island and eventually landing us back at Norman Manley International Airport on the other side of the bay from Timpson Pen. But I will not be doing that because that would make for like a 2-3 hour video. Maybe if I ever do it as a live stream, I might do that. But I don't see that happening anytime in the near future. I just don't have the time to do a live stream. Okay, so since we have the airport coming up, what I'm going to do now is turn off our autopilot. Okay, autopilot is now officially disengaged. We're nice and trimmed, but of course the wind is going to start taking its toll. We're going to start bringing ourselves down here. Alright, so we have the runway directly ahead. I'm going to swing us out a bit to the right. Still haven't quite figured out the trim on this thing yet. Okay, there we go. This is what I love about Ortho for XP. Look at those coral reefs just off the coast there. That's beautiful. That is just beautiful. Wow. Alright, so let's go on our downwind leg. We're at 1100 right now. Go ahead and drop the gear. Okay, gear is down. Let's confirm. Okay, very nice. Alright, we're still heading downwind. I'm thinking we're going to go to where that light blue area is, and then we'll turn around and come in. So for that, we're going to need to make sure that we're about 500 feet-ish, and then pretty much hold it there. Alright. I think this is good enough for a final approach, so let's start making our turn. Okay, we're coming up on base leg. And this is what I love about the Oculus Rift, is being able to turn your head and actually see in real space, well, real virtual space, where exactly you are. Alright, we're at 460 right now. I don't want to go much lower than that. Okay, let's bring it around. We need to be right over those houses. Alright, we're a little high. I'm sure you can see the Vazzy lights way the heck down there. And we're a little off center, so let's kind of slide to the right here. There we go. Now we're on glide slope. Little bit of flare. Drop the power. Just like that, we're down. All right. And here's our turnoff. Very nice. What a lovely aircraft. And it's great in VR as well. It may look unusual, and I know this is one of those you either love it or hate it type of aircraft, but I gotta say, I love it just because of the fact that it's so unusual. So yeah, Aerobask gets 2 thumbs up from me on this aircraft. Alright, I'm thinking I'm gonna park over here next to this Cessna. Right here should do it. Okay, and let's start turning everything off. And while I'm doing this, I would like to thank you as always for watching. This has been BelGeode, and I have been flying in X-Plane 11.05. And I've been using the Oculus Rift with FlyInside. And that's FlyInside version 1.83. Okay, I left the fuel pumps on too. I should have turned that off, shouldn't I? Wow, listen to how much quieter that is. Huh. Alright, let's kill the mixture, which will of course kill the engines. Outstanding. Alrighty folks, so if you enjoy what you've seen, like I said, please feel free to give me a like. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already done so. And I will be back for another flight at some point in time really soon. So I will catch you all later. Ciao.